Groundnut is an important food crop in many countries. Groundnut is used to make edible oil. Groundnut oil cake is a rich source of cattle feed, poultry feed, and organic fertilizer. Groundnut plants maintain the soil fertility and have the amazing ability to fix valuable nitrogen from the air into the soil. Groundnut plants suffer from several diseases such as root and stem rot. These diseases spread from the stem and roots to the rest of the plant. Sometimes only a few branches are affected, but at times the whole plants are killed.
Due to root and stem rot, at least 10 to 20 plants will dry up per bed. If all the plants would remain without this disease, we could get a good yield. Previously, I harvested up to 42 bags per hectare, but this year I harvested only about 30 bags per hectare. Due to that root rot, many plants dried. That's why we can't get a good yield.
In this video, we will look at how these diseases occur, how to recognize and manage them. Let us first see where root and stem rot come from. Root rot is a soil-borne disease. The germs that cause this disease come from the soil. The germs that cause stem rot are carried in the seed. If seed is discolored and infected, the stem may rot. Stem rot can spread through the air and through irrigation water. Stem and root rot can get worse in stagnant water. Now let's see how to recognize these two diseases. Root rot occurs in the early stages. Young plants suddenly dry up and wilt. You may see whole patches of dead plants in your field. When you uproot the affected plants, you see that the roots are rotten and have a bad smell. Stem rot occurs later than root rot, between 30 and 70 days after sowing. In the affected plant, some branches dry up and the leaves turn brown. You will see the plant rotting at the surface of the soil. The pods have spots and remain small. The rot gives a bad smell.
When we inspect the field, 15 days after seed sowing, we can see light patches of dried plants. When you uproot an affected plant, it looks black and torn. That affected plant smells bad, and it also looks dried with the stem ripped. When we uproot the plant and see that the roots are rotten, it is root rot. But if the rot occurs above the root, that is stem rot.
Now we know how to recognize these diseases. Let's see how to manage them. Deep ploughing in the summer brings the soil up to the surface, where the sun can kill the fungus, the germs that cause the disease. To keep the roots dry, you can make a raised bed about 15 centimeters height and 60 centimeters wide to drain away the excess water.
வடிகால் வசதி இல்லை. பார் அமைச்சோம்னா வடிகால் வசதி இருக்குது, நீரோடைய தண்ணி வடியக்கூடிய வசதி இருக்குது. அந்த வேரல்கள் நோய் தாக்கல.
Before we were sowing on flat beds, but nowadays we sow on raised beds. Because of that, water drains more easily. The groundnuts are healthier. and the yield is good without root rot.
பலவித நோய்கள் கிருமிகள் அதை தாக்காத அளவுக்கு நீர் வடிஞ்சதுனால அழகாக செடி நல்லா இருக்குது, மல்லாட்டியும் அதிகமாக மாசூல் தருது எங்களுக்கு.
Beneficial fungi like Trichoderma can control root and stem rot diseases without the need for chemical fungicides. You can buy Trichoderma from your local agro dealer or university.
மணிலாவில் வந்து அழுகல் நோய் இல்லாத இருக்கணும். மணிலா வந்து மஞ்சள் வந்து பயிர் முளைச்சி வர சொல்ல இலையெல்லாம் வந்து மஞ்சளாக வரும், வேறு அழுகல் நோய் வராது.
To avoid root rot and the groundnut getting yellow leaves, we have to treat our seeds with Trichoderma. With this, the plant grow healthier. We get a good yield and more money. For an hectare, we harvest 75 bags of groundnuts.
30 மூட்டை அளவுக்கு மேலே தான் சார் நாங்கள் மல்லாட்டை எடுத்தோம், கண்டி கம்மியாக எடுக்கல. நாங்கள் நல்ல ஈல்டு தான் எடுத்தோம், நாங்கள் நல்ல லாபம் தான் கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கோம்.
Use 2 handfuls of Trichoderma for 5 kilograms of seed. Mix the Trichoderma in a small quantity of water to make it stick to the seed. Mix them together using a kanni bag until the seeds are completely coated. To avoid contamination and breaking the seeds, we should not use our hands. Trichoderma also helps other beneficial microbes to grow in the soil. If you do not treat the seed, you can add Trichoderma directly to the soil by mixing it in the manure. For half a hectare of land, mix 1 kilogram of Trichoderma with 5 baskets of farmyard manure. Leave the mix for a day in the shade before applying it to the field. The good fungi will grow faster with the manure. Broadcast this mix on the groundnut field before sowing.
சாணத்தோட கலந்து போட்டோம்னாக்கா அது வந்து என்ன ஆகுதுனாக்கா எரு வந்து இந்த ட்ரைகோடர்மா விட கூட
When we apply Trichoderma with the farmyard manure to the soil, it will spread and be useful for all plants. Because of this, the plants will absorb more nutrients.
அது மண் தன்மையும் எரு தன்மையும் சேர்த்து இழுத்து மணிலாவுக்கு நல்லா சத்து கொடுக்குது.
A healthy soil is crucial to grow healthy plants, but weeds can also affect the health of your crop. When your field has a lot of weeds, the groundnut plants will receive less sun and air, so disease can develop more easily. Weed your crop 3 weeks after sowing to expose the plant to more sunlight and to make them grow healthy. To prevent the disease from spreading, uproot infected plants as soon as you see them. This works best if you catch the disease just as it is starting. Remove the diseased plant from the field. Carry the diseased plant in a bag so that you do not spread the fungus and contaminate healthy plants. Do not feed the diseased plants to animals because the fungus will make the animals sick. Burn the diseased plants away from the field. You can also use marigold flower extract to protect plants from root and stem rot. Once you see the disease, prepare an extract. Soak 2 kilograms of marigold flower petals in 5 liters of water. And cover the container with a cotton cloth. From this, we can get 2 liters of extract. Keep the container in the shade for 2 to 3 days. Then filter the flower extract through a muslin cloth. Dissolve 1 liter of clear marigold extract with 12 liters of water in a sprayer tank. For 1 hectare, you need to spray 25 tanks. Spray this extract onto the crop after observing the disease symptoms and again 10 days later. Spraying the marigold extract prevents the disease from spreading to healthy plants. If you notice root and stem rot on your groundnut, you can also apply powdered gypsum. Powdered gypsum also prevents the disease from spreading. Buy gypsum from your local agricultural extension department or from agro input dealers. Apply 5 bags of gypsum per hectare. When the crop is diseased, the germs that cause disease build up in the soil. After the harvest, do not grow groundnut in the same field. Plant another crop such as black gram, cowpea or maize to avoid multiplying the fungus in the soil.
ஒரு போகம் மணிலா பயிர் வைக்கிறோம்.
Once a year, we have to grow an alternate crop. If we do alternate crops, we can save 60 plants out of 100 plants from this disease. That's why an alternate crop is a good method. To control root rot disease in the next season, we have to cultivate cowpea, black gram or dinocha for an alternate crop in the rainy season.
அதில் வேரல்களை கொஞ்சம் கட்டுப்படுத்தலாம்.
Let's review what we have learned in this video. Root rot and stem rot are different diseases which affect groundnut in different stages. Root rot is found in the soil, but stem rot is carried through seed, air, and irrigation water. Root and stem rot are both managed with these simple practices. Plow during the summer so the sunlight can kill the germs in the soil. Make raised beds to avoid stagnant water and to keep the roots dry. Treat the seed by mixing it with a good fungi like Trichoderma. Mix the good fungi with the decomposed manure and spread it on the field. Uproot diseased plants, put them in a bag and destroy them away from the field. Marigold extract and gypsum also prevent these diseases. Rotate crops so the germs do not build up in the soil. Simple, practical ideas like these helps in a big way to save the crop from deadly root and stem rot.